Good morning. We're going to do a modification to the van today. This is an upgrade. This kind of touches on something I spoke about in a video I did yesterday where it was I did like advice for women with, vehicle maintenance advice for women. And in that video, I spoke about how every time something goes wrong with your older used vehicle, it's an opportunity to improve upon it, upgrade it. Now, this also falls in the, we could be getting ourselves into some trouble here. We'll see how it goes. It should be a straightforward mod. Because, there's the old adage, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. What I'm about to do today is not something that is broken. It's not something that needs to happen. This is more of a want thing. And what it is upgrading the windshield wiper arms, and as well as the nozzles that spray your windshield, right? Now, this isn't something I came up with on my own. It's something I had thought of for a long time because it's annoying to clean the windshield on the Astro van because you can't open up the wiper arms and have them stand straight out. So this modification, it's really good for those of you that live in an area that's prone to winter with snow and sleet and rain and things like that, because I remember what it's like to live with that. And if you know you're going to get that overnight, well, when you park your car, everybody will leave their windshield wipers standing straight up off the windshield. This way they're not frozen to the windshield. So in the morning, you can clean everything off and get going. You can't do that with the Astro van. So now you can. So stick around, don't go anywhere. It'll be interesting. I promise. I also want to point out, as I said, it's not a mod I came up with. It is one I was thinking of. It's Aaron, the Viking Wizard Astro van guru, who's currently riding his bicycle across Old Route 66 to Chicago. So Aaron's the guy who came up with this. He's the guy who told me what all the part numbers were and the vehicles. He'd been telling me this for years, and I kept forgetting what vehicle, because he got the parts initially just from going to a junkyard. And yeah, I used to go to the junkyard all the time. I just don't do that anymore. I would like to. I haven't found the time. I should. You can scavenge a bunch of parts for your Astro van. I need to do that. There's some things I need. But I'm just saying, everything I bought for this mod was purchased on Amazon, and I did take pictures of each item that I'm going to insert here in this video for you. And it cost me in parts about 115 bucks. I think there's a little shipping and handling. I think all told, you're probably spending about $120 or so to purchase everything to do this mod. And you can thank Aaron for it. All right, before we start this, let's go ahead and see what the windshield wipers look like from the inside here when we turn the sprayer on and everything, and then we'll be able to compare that at the end of the video. All right, I don't know if that was the best example. We do have the sunlight coming through the windshield here, but apparently, according to Aaron, the sprayer nozzles on this new thing, the new stuff I got here, is way better, more powerful, and we'll talk about that in a moment. I mean, don't go anywhere. I'm telling you, it's gonna get. You'll see what's going on. So what we're going for is the ability to do what you see right here, where the windshield wipers can stand off the vehicle like that, which is not something that you can do on the Astro van. That's as far as you can lift them. So if you want to clean your windshield when you're stopping for gas, you have to hold it up with one hand to get down in there. That's a bit of a hassle. And again, if you live someplace where there's actually winter, you guys see the benefit of this already, right? You can leave them up. It can snow and rain and sleet on your car all night. You come out in the morning and clean your windshield your windshield off. Wipers are not frozen to the windshield. Okay, as per Aaron's suggestion, he runs a 19-inch on the driver's side and an 18-inch on the passenger side. I think the van calls for 18 inches. This also will use the J-hook, which is far better than the system that's on the Astro van. Here's the hinge. The important thing is that this part here is short to the hinge mechanism. There's another one that's longer that won't work. These are left-right specific, so I have to pay attention to that. I'm not even sure which is which. I'm going to have to go ahead and look at the pictures I took before I left the house. And here's the nozzles, and there is some modifications that we have to do to these, which we'll get into as the video progresses. All right, so my first step here was I wanted to fit the rubber hose that feeds the fluid into these sprayers on, and then turn it on and see what happens, because you can see there's these brass nozzles on all four corners. These are all adjustable. You can stick your fingernail in there or stick a pin in them, and you can adjust them and point them at the windshield or wherever you want them to go. There's a couple nozzles here that are designed on the plastic side here. Apparently they're supposed to spray down the windshield wiper. Aaron put tape on his. And then inside here, Aaron had said that there was a nub I had to shave off, but that does not exist on these. So that's one step that we don't have to worry about. The problem is the nozzle here does not appear to be able to fit over this. So I just called Aaron and I talked to him, and he says, no, you can get that over. So I'll spray it down with something or let it sit in the sun a little bit, and I'll try to get that over, because I want to squeeze that on there. I want to see what it does with the fluid. If I can do that, the problem with that's going to be the arms are going to move at the same time. So, you know what I'll do? I'll tape it on there with some electrical tape, and we'll see what it does, just for the hell of it. We're not trying to do it perfect right now. I want to get the arms on. And just so we know, this 42580, this is the driver's side arm, and you have to open these up here. You have to flick this open all the way like this so that you can then get this to move. Sorry, it's off screen there. This is how you lock it in place on the windshield wiper arm. We'll get to all that in a moment. So just like the other one, you want to lift up on this here and then lift this lever up right there. If I lay this down, you'll see that locks up. That's what locks this all in place. Now I can grab this and wiggle it and eventually pull this off the arm. I won't be able to do that for you on camera here because I'm holding the camera. I'm too close here. It's a two-car parking lot. I'm trying to think of how I could set up. I'll just let you watch me from a distance here. Let's see if we can get it off. It might be very difficult. Easier than I thought. To pull the tube out of here. The tube goes through the spring on the arm here. That's good to see, because I'm going to have to set that back up the same way. So that's off. Now, the issue with this has always been, you can probably see it there, It's the clip system. This is the one that it has the pin that goes through right here. You guys can't see any of that, right? The lighting is terrible. It's the pin system. And it never locked on. That's why I had to put these zip ties on. But these J hooks are supposed to be better. And I've used these in the past too, but it's been a long time. I mean, it's a windshield wiper. It shouldn't be that difficult to figure out. But, you know, I'm not the sharpest bulb in the box, you know, sometimes. Also, I'm going to attempt this. So the rubbing alcohol is what I use with bicycle grips. I know. Everybody says, just use compressed air. When I'm at home, I don't have an air compressor. WD-40 doesn't work because it doesn't dry out. But this stuff here, hairspray used to be the thing when I was a kid. If you put some rubbing alcohol on your bicycle grips, they'll slide right on. You move them back and forth a little bit, it evaporates and they lock into place. So I'm going to try putting a little of this into that tube on the end as like a lubricant to see if I can get that thing to work. I hope it works. I mean, we'll have to figure one way or another. I'll get that on there and I'll show that to you. Okay, the instructions for putting the windshield wiper on the J hook is, you know, pretty simple. A lot easier even than the other pin system. Let's see if I can get this on here. I want to feed this up through here, through the spring. Need something to push that out of the way so it'll ride up the arm. Bear with me. I do have a pocket knife on me. I guess I can use that. Okay, so that's all the way up here now. Yeah, tight shot of that. So I'm going right through the spring there. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to slide that over. I'm going to lock that into place. I may adjust this arm up slightly higher. I don't know. I'm going to eyeball it. And then we'll work on getting that sprayer nozzle fixed. Then we'll work on the adjustment. That's probably going to be the hardest part. I cannot get that to stretch over. It's impossible. I don't know what Aaron's talking about. So my next thought here is that this is the nozzle that comes off the original windshield wiper. And this will fit inside So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to cut this here, cut it off, and insert this in there, leave a little bit sticking out to put the rubber over, and then maybe put a piece of tape around that. And I'll try to find something else. I went looking around the shop for something that has that same sort of internal, the sun here. Something that's that size, same size hole there for the flow of the water. I don't know. All right, I cut this off of here. I wish it was longer. I just wish that was longer. And then we're gonna feed this into here. And then we're gonna stick the hose on the end of that, and then put a little tape around it for now. And then I'll figure out something longer here that'll work better. That is not on there very well, but I'm going to go ahead and tape that up. The benefit of this mod is you have a lot of extra hose here. So I've got room to trim that down if I made a mistake. I'm going to pin this here. I'll pull up the slack and I'll have a loop down at this end here. And obviously I'll tape that, and we'll give this a quick test shot and see what it's like to adjust the nozzles, and then I'll go ahead and I'll do the other side. But I'm going to have to find something else, and the wind is crazy here today. So the reason I'm not working on these windows, I can do a little prep, which I plan on doing, but it's just blowing doors shut and blowing stuff off the table over here. It's, if I tried to paint today and I got dust in the air, it would be a nightmare. So I'm going to keep working on this. Okay, so I just went ahead and I shaved down the plastic. You can see little parts of it here on the hood with an X-Acto knife, so I can angle these nozzles back towards the glass, because they were kind of shooting up in these other directions and they were hitting the glass higher, and I want them to hit the glass just in front of the wiper itself. I'll probably do that to the bottoms as well, but I'm just letting you know these are little mods I've got to do here, but it's going to work. It's going to work. All right. We're calling that a success. That works out great. So let me go ahead and shoot this a little tight, and where I modify the nozzle on the table, and we'll put the other one on and we'll be done with this. I haven't gotten the next one yet, but what I'm noticing is I'm almost at a, I got some more over here, thank goodness. But this is going to be an issue. There's more nozzles on this, so you're going to empty out your windshield wiper fluid a lot quicker than the stock Astro van nozzle. That's not good. But at least, you know, having the better arms, because now look, we could do this. That's the most important thing of this whole thing. You can see fluid leaking out of here right now. I think that the nozzles that Aaron chose maybe aren't the best. So now that I know how this works, I'm going to get online and I'm going to start searching other nozzles. I like the adjustability of it, but I want to get one that just has two. This has basically 6 nozzles on it. There it is. So you have the 2 under here, which Aaron puts tape on. And then you've got the 2 on the bottom and 2 on the top. So I'm going to look for something that looks like this, that just has 2 top nozzles. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get on Amazon and start searching around and look for the same sort of clip system and find something else. And for now, I also just wrapped the extra tubing around the arm. Maybe not the right thing to do, but I'm going to leave that like that for now. I mean, it's probably not a good idea. It's probably going to get ruined from the sun, I would guess. It should probably be shortened and put up underneath the arm here. So I guess I'll take care of that as well. Maybe not today, but I will do that. Apologize if the sound isn't perfect. I don't have the mic on today because I knew I was going to be doing this sort of thing. Let me get the other one on. There's no point in like showing you how I trim this down up close because I don't think this is the right nozzle to go with. Sorry, Aaron. I think it's a waste of windshield wiper fluid. So this whole mod isn't about the nozzles. Now, having said that, listen, there's another guy, Kai, out in the desert. If you're watching this, make a comment. What he did, which was, I think, way better, he drilled through the hood right here. And he put heavy-duty nozzles that shoot right up onto the windshield so they're not going in through the wiper arms. I'm going to go back and look at his videos, and I think that's going to be the next mod. So as far as I'm concerned, this is temporary. Maybe there might even be a way. It's too late now. I already cut the one up because I needed that as an insert. But there might be a way for me to, I don't see why not. Yeah. I think there's a way to make the original Astro van nozzle work on these arms, and I'm going to attempt that on this side. It's too bad I already screwed up on this one. But I was just doing what Aaron told me. Can't be right about everything. But honestly, I do think that the much better mod for this is to drill through the hood. I know that sounds crazy. And put some heavy duty nozzles on right here that hit the windshield, and you can direct those better too. And then this way you don't have it all going through the arm. Let me get the other arm on there, figure out the nozzle situation. Maybe I'll try to stick with the factory Astro van one on that side, because then I can show that to you. I can be like, hey, that worked. Maybe you don't have to do the nozzles like I did for now. Do a test right now. Don't go anywhere. I'm still working. Here's the factory nozzle. That's the part that fits over the rubber hose. There's a little nub in here. And on the factory arm, all right, there's a hole drilled that fits into. Now, if you want to use the factory nozzle, you could drill a hole. Put a drill bit in there, find the proper size hole. Excuse me. And drill a hole in the appropriate spot, you know, affix the blade to it first. All right, so we're looking at this one here. You see where that's mounted. There's a bend in the arm here, so this is the factory nozzle. And so you could drill a hole in the arm. Right about here if you want to, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and shave that off with a blade. That little nub in there, and just fit it on so it fits. I don't think it's going to move up and down the arm at all. We'll find out. Okay, that literally took a second, and I was wrong. It will slide up and down. I thought there would be enough friction for that. Now the holes for this nozzle, you can barely see them. They're right here on the end. There's two little holes right there. So I'm going to wrap a piece of tape around this. It won't block those holes, and that'll register it in place for now. Keeping in mind this is all temporary. Now I know. So what I'll do, I'll either find a new modern nozzle similar to the one I put on the other arm, with two adjustment ball bearing type nozzles, which would be fine, or I'm just going to go ahead and order two factory Astro van nozzles, and I'm going to drill holes in these arms, and I'm going to snap them in place and just stick with the Astro van nozzles temporarily until I make a decision about whether or not I'm going to do the nozzle mod right here on the hood. You guys could tell me in the comments if you think I should do that. How many of you have done that mod? I've seen it before, and I think it's a better way to go. But let me finish this off. It's only going to take, matter of fact. It's right here. Again, that tape is just temporary. As I mentioned, I will solve all of this. I'll run this tubing inside the arm of the windshield wiper arm there. So now you can see that these windshield wiper arms stay up in the air. That's really, again, all this mod is about. Now it's about figuring out the nozzle issue. The Widowmaker here. But there you have it. We'll get inside real quick and we'll do a test. We'll see if this nozzle is actually working. It should be fine. But this is a major... So, for me, why does this matter for me? I don't live in a winter zone. When I'm doing long-distance trips, every time I stop for fuel, I got to clean the window with those squeegee things. And it's a hassle, man, because I got to hold one up with one arm and then use a squeegee with the other. I don't like doing that. So, this is going to make life so much easier, right? And if I am in a place where it's raining and snowing and there's sleet and freezing rain, or I'm afraid that's going to happen overnight, I can come out, I can open these up, and I'm golden. Of course, the big improvement is the better quality, more heavy-duty windshield wiper blades. We're running an 18-inch on the passenger and a 19-inch on the driver's side, as you guys saw earlier in the video. Let's go inside and see how this works now. You saw how easy it is to put them on. You know, let's take a look outside. I think you might be able to run a 19-inch on both sides here. Again, I'm just listening to Aaron. All right, so you see how this is down here? I've got to take this off and adjust that up a little bit to orient that proper. So I'll take care of that, but you see where I'm at? I could easily run a 19-inch on this side. And I'm looking where I'm at here. You see where we're at on the windshield? Where the dirt is? You know, I wouldn't doubt if you could put a 20-inch. I'll bet you I could put 20-inch blades on this. I don't see why I couldn't. This is 18. Keep in mind it goes in both directions. So 19 would be a half-inch, 20 would be another half-inch. I think you could run 20-inch blades on this. Yeah. There's no doubt in my mind I could run 20-inch blades on this. There's definitely room here. They're not cheap, so it would be an experiment, but I mean, I'm seeing it with my eyeballs. Let's grab the tape measure real quick. So I'm measuring the dirt line from the rubber to the dirt line. Yeah, that's almost 2 inches, and that's a 19-inch blade on this side. What does that mean? That means if I put a 20-inch blade, I'm going to go a half-inch in each direction higher. I've got enough room easily to go a half-inch on there. So that's not, I think you can run 20-inch blades on both sides. Aaron, bad advice with the nozzle. It uses up too much fluid. My advice is going to be, if you don't want to get new nozzles, if you just want this mod where you can lift the arms up, let me talk to you while we're adjusting this. Let me turn the van off. Okay, one last time here. If I was a pro YouTuber, I would have done the job and then stepped it back and told you exactly how to do it without all the way, you know. I'm figuring this out as I go, and that's what I do with these videos, is I don't know how it's going to work out, and I'm showing you what I'm going through as I do it. It's very simple. Switching the arms out with the blades only takes a couple minutes. It's dealing with that nozzle issue that took time. So, just to reiterate, let's sum this up, all right? You get these parts. You get the windshield wiper arms and the windshield wipers. We just did the math. I think I can run a 20-inch blade on this without any trouble. I think that'd be fine. We definitely have the room for it. Again, this is an 18, so you'd come out an inch past here on each side, which is right about here. That definitely still fits inside the windshield. We definitely have room up top. You can see the dirt line on the windshield to go another inch there. This is a 19-inch on this side. I just adjusted this up once again. Okay. And you can see. So again, just to cover that, I think you can run a 20-inch blade on here. J-hook, more substantial, easier to deal with, never going to fall off. It's a better way to go. Again, this is what the whole mod is about. That's what that's all about. And the big issue we had was with the nozzles. So my advice to you is going to be, if you just want these things to lift up and you want to put a better quality windshield wiper on, stick with your factory Astro van nozzles for now, and just drill a hole in the arm that's the appropriate size, so that that factory Astro van nozzle will fit right in there. It won't slide up and down the arm. And then you're golden. You'll have to trim this hose down a little bit, this rubber line. That's no big deal. And then as far as the nozzles go, I'll get back to you guys on that. As I'm saying, I may choose to go ahead and just get some factory Astro van ones, but I'm going to eyeball. Now that I understand, I had never played with nozzles before. I mean, other than my own. Play my own nozzle all the time. I know my nozzle very well. I know exactly how my nozzle works. No problems with it whatsoever. I'm Greek. But when it comes to these plastic nozzles that are on your windshield wipers, that's a whole different world, right? Now I know. Now I know. When I go and I look at these things in pictures, now I'm going to see it. I'm going to look at it. Okay, that'll work. That won't work. Now I got it. Now that I understand this, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to find the right nozzle. That's maybe a little bit more heavy duty that'll work on the arms. But as I said already, I think multiple times here, there is another mod that Kai out in the desert did that it works right through your hood. Okay, look, doing the nozzle mod where the nozzles are on the hood of your car here, that's a scary thing for a lot of people because you're drilling a hole through the sheet metal. But you know what? The factory did that on all the other cars that work that way. You can do that. So I'll look into that, and I'll think it out. Either we have three options that I'm figuring. Either I'm going to come up with a better quality nozzle like I just put on there that only has 2 adjustable nozzles on it, or I'm going to go with the factory nozzles that snap right on the arm, and I'm going to drill the holes through these arms, or I'm going to really step it up and we're going to put the nozzles in the hood and just go with that route, which I think that's the most trick way to go on the whole thing. You guys tell me what you think in the comments. You saw the parts in here. If you haven't, I'll add them now. I'll go ahead and I'll put the pictures here at the end of the video. It'll be easier for you guys. You could screenshot it, look up the part numbers. I want to get this out to you now. I got to install a water filtration system for these people and then do some more work here in the shop for myself. And then when I get home, maybe I'll think too, and if I haven't yet, you guys can remind me in the comments. I can actually put the links for these parts in the description for you. I know it's the right thing to do. And that's it for now. So thanks for being here. You guys have a great day. Be good. Be good human beings. Do well by doing good, right? I'll catch you in the next one.